Good morning, students. Hope you are fine. Myself, Sri K.D. Borsesar, biology subject teacher. In previous lecture, we will learn 12th biology syllabus contain first chapter, last three concept like apomixis, parthenocarpy, and polyembryony. Now, today we will learn second chapter 12 science biology syllabus known as reproduction in lower and higher animals. In that today we learn some content like concept of reproduction, asexual reproduction in animals, sexual reproduction in animals, and basic terms including human reproduction. Now you know that different main characteristic feature of life, growth, development made by cell, irritability, adaptation, homeostasis, death, and ability to reproduce, that is reproduction, all about the main characteristic feature of life. In that, ability to reproduce means reproduction is most important characteristic feature. So we will learn today reproduction in animals. Now, why reproduction is most important, why reproduction is essential, what are the significance of reproduction, what are the importance of reproduction, here discuss one by one. Reproduction produce new offspring or individual in the population. Reproduction maintain species in the population. Reproduction brings mixing genetic material. You know that in sexual reproduction, production of gamete by process of meiosis, at that time genetic material mixing together to form gamete. Also at the time of fusion of gametes, genetic material from paternal and maternal is mixing with each other. So reproduction bring mixing of genetic material. Reproduction brings transmission of genetic material from parent to their offspring, is also most important. Produce progeny genetically identical to their parent, show in asexual reproduction. So reproduction is most essential process because maintain continuity of life. All these are the why reproduction is most important, what are the significance of reproduction, discuss here. Now we learn what is reproduction, defined reproduction, concept of reproduction. Biological process of formation of new life from pre-existing similar life called as reproduction. Simply, reproduction means new life is formed from pre-existing life, that is new individual is formed from existing parent. So new life is formed from pre-existing life. Also daughter cell is formed from parent, a pre-existing parent cell. So here clear reproduction means new life is formed from pre-existing life. Reproduction in animals consists of two types. You know that asexual reproduction in animals and sexual reproduction in animals. What is asexual reproduction in animals? A process of production of new individual from without formation and fusion of gamete. Such process called as asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, process of production of new individual with formation and fusion of gametes. So this is the difference between sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. We will learn, discuss one by one detail asexual reproduction. First, asexual reproduction means it is a process in which production of offspring or individual by without formation and fusion of gametes. Such process called as asexual reproduction in animals. Asexual reproduction does not involve meiosis, gamete formation and fusion. Asexual reproduction does not involve both sexes. You know that in asexual reproduction only one sex involved. Asexual reproduction is uniparental reproduction because involve only one parent. From asexual reproduction produced progeny are genetically identical to their parent because asexual reproduction takes place by mitotic division. So mitotic division produce daughter cell from parent cell is same number of chromosome transfer from parent to their offspring. So progeny is genetically identical to their parent. Newly produced progeny not show variation because mixing of genetic material is not takes place in asexual reproduction. Produced progeny or daughter cells are genetically identical to their parent called as clone. So produce daughter cell or individual or offspring by asexual reproduction are same as to parent called as clone. Lower animals reproduce asexually by gemule formation, budding and also seen regeneration. So we will learn, study, discuss one by one gemule formation, budding, also regeneration. What is gemule formation? What is actual gemule? Gemule means an internal bud formed only in sponges. You know sponges? In last year we learned different phylums of invertebrata contain Porifera is one of the phylum contain animals are called as sponges. So sponges show internal buds called as gemuli. In sponges show formation of gemuli takes place by aggregation of archaeocytes. How gemuli formation? Aggregation of archaeocyte to form gemuli. Here diagrammatic representation seen. These are the archaeocyte cells are aggregate together to form a mass of cells called as gemuli. So during the favorable conditions, such gemuli hatches develop into new individual. Simply, gemuli formation means formation of gemuli takes place by aggregation of archaeocyte, and at the time of favorable condition, gemuli hatch develop into new individual. Best example, Spongilla show gemuli formation. Now here discuss what is gemuli formation, how gemuli formation takes place, what is gemuli, in which cells are involved gemuli formation, archaeocyte cells are involved in gemuli formation. Now second one is budding, how budding takes place. It is a simple asexual reproduction method, normally occurs in favorable condition. New individual develop from small outgrowth of the parent body called as bud. Such process called as budding. So budding is seen in Coelenterata, hydra and corals. Some also colonial ascidians show budding type of reproduction. You know, budding is asexual reproduction, seen here diagrammatic representation in hydra budding process. This is the first one is parent hydra, show at the lower portion small bud developing bud, seen the second figure, the fully developed bud in third figure, and when the bud is cut from parent body, separate new hydra takes place. So budding is a method of asexual reproduction, small outgrowth of the parent body called as bud, and such process called as budding. Now how budding form, why budding is asexual reproduction, seen here. Now the next concept is regeneration, is also asexual reproduction discussed here. Regeneration means a process in which regenerate lost part of the body called as regeneration. Organisms can fundamentally repair or regrow or restore its lost or damaged part, though it involves asexual process. It different distinctly from reproduction. Example, damaged hydra can regenerate its lost part. Similarly, planarians, if wounded, that is damaged planaria, its cell becomes active and regenerate a lost part. Or organs, back to its original state seen in planaria. Planaria produce asexually by fragmentation. If constrict middle part split into pieces, each one grow into new planaria. So planaria reproduce asexually by fragmentation. Here seen diagrammatic representation how planaria reproduce asexually. So this is the planaria whole body. When it constrict into some pieces seen here, each piece seen develop into a complete planaria. Here anterior piece develop into complete planaria, middle piece develop into complete planaria, posterior piece is also develop into complete planaria. So planaria reproduce asexually by fragmentation seen here. What is regeneration? A process in which regenerate lost part of the body. So here all about the asexual reproduction content in our syllabus. Like number 1, we learn or discuss budding, regeneration, gemuli formation. We discuss detail. Now we learn sexual reproduction in animals. It is a process in which production of offspring by formation and fusion of gametes, also called as amphimixis. So in this process, formation and fusion of gamete is must, so it is called as amphimixis. Also amphimixis means mixing of gametes genetic material, called as sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction always involve meiosis, gamete formation and fusion processes. In sexual reproduction involve both sexes. In sexual reproduction involve biparental reproduction, means two parents involved in sexual reproduction. Progeny or daughter cells are genetically not identical to their parent because mixing of genetic material during the meiosis at the time of gamete formation, so produce progeny or individual or daughter cell is not genetically identical to their parent cell. Bring mixing of genetic material seen in sexual reproduction. Newly produce progeny show variation. Why variation show in sexual reproduction? Because mixing of genetic material during the gamete formation by process of meiosis. So all these points are discuss sexual reproduction in animals. Now sexually reproducing animals attain two phases. Number 1, juvenile phase. It is the first phase starting from birth, show physical growth and cannot reproduce sexually. Why cannot reproduce sexually in juvenile phase? Because in this phase sexual organs are not mature or fully growth, so cannot reproduce sexually. in the juvenile phase. Second phase known as reproductive or maturity phase. It start after physical growth. Reproductive maturity phase, growth, sex organs, maturity of sex organs, and becomes can reproduce. So what is different between juvenile phase and reproductive phase or maturity phase attained by sexual reproducing animals here discuss. Now sexually reproduction animal show various breeding patterns seen. Some are seasonal breeders like goat, sheep and donkey are seasonal breeders, and some are continuous breeders. Best example human and apes. Breeding process takes place throughout the life. Breeding process takes place some seasons. So this is the different breeding pattern seen in sexual reproduction animals like seasonal breeding and continuous breeding or breeders. Now we learn human reproduction contains some basic terms. Humans are sexually reproducing animals. You know that because human beings show formation and fusion of gametes in their reproduction. So humans are sexually reproducing animals. Humans are unisexual animals because male and female individuals are completely separated. So human beings are unisexual animals. In opposite, you know that bisexual animal, both sexes or both reproductive system present in single body, such animal called as bisexual animal. Best example, earthworm is a bisexual animal. Human being is unisexual animal. Human reproduction exhibit viviparity. You know that viviparous and oviparous. Oviparous means egg laying animals and oviparous means they give directly birth to their young ones. So human reproduction exhibit viviparity. They give directly birth to their young ones. Humans' primary sex organs are in male testes and in female ovaries are the primary sex organs. Human primary sex organ produce gamete. So primary sex organ is most important function, production of gametes. So in male, primary sex organ known as testes produce gamete known as sperm called as male gamete. In female, primary sex organ known as ovary produce gamete known as egg called as female gamete. So testes and ovaries are primary sex organs that produce gamete. Testes produce sperm male gamete and ovary produce egg female gamete. Human secondary sex organs are organs other than the gamete producing organs called as secondary sex organs, means other than testes and ovary organs called as secondary sex organs like accessory ducts and glands present in reproductive systems are the secondary sex organs. So testes and ovaries are primary sex organs, and accessory ducts and glands are secondary sex organs. Now human beings show sexual dimorphism, means easy identify male and female person on the basis of some different characteristic features called as sexual dimorphism, identify through secondary sexual characters. So on the basis of some secondary sexual characters identify male human person and identify female human persons, so it is called as sexual dimorphism. Now human secondary sexual characters, male and female, externally differentiate by some specific features called as secondary sexual characters. In human, male show secondary sexual characters are beard is one of the secondary sexual character of male person. Mustache is also one of the secondary sexual character. Hairs on the chest, muscular body, enlarged larynx, Adam's apple, all these are secondary sexual characters of male person. Here diagrammatic representation seen. This is beard, on upper lip develop hairs, mustache, these hairs are called as mustache. Now enlarged larynx means seen diagrammatic representation. This is the larynx part. This part is enlarged, seen in male person. So externally it is seen in look like the shape enlarged larynx. Here seen, this is also externally seen in male person. It is not seen in female person. So all these are secondary sexual characters of male person. What are the secondary sexual character of male person? All these are secondary sexual characters of male person. Now we discuss in human, female show secondary sexual characters like develop breast called as mammary gland, broader pelvis. You know pelvis, it is one of the part of bone. In 11th standard we learn different bones. Leg attached by pelvic girdle called as pelvis. Now high speech voice is also one of the secondary sexual character of female human. Here seen broader pelvis means this is the pelvic girdle of male person and pelvic girdle of female person. So this point is different between male and female person. This is very narrow and this is very broad. So broader pelvis is a secondary sexual character of female person. So develop breast called as mammary gland, broader pelvis, high speech voice, all these are secondary sexual characters of female human. So here we learn different secondary sexual characters of male person and different secondary sexual character of female person. Human reproduction involve sequentially various steps. Number one, first step is gametogenesis. You know, gametogenesis means formation of gametes. Male person form male gamete sperm, female person form female gamete egg. So gametogenesis is the first step of human reproduction. Second, insemination means sperm contain fluid called as semen enter into the cervix or uterus in the female reproductive system called as insemination. So insemination is second step of human reproduction. Now the third one is internal fertilization. After insemination in female gamete, in female reproductive system, male and female gametes, that is sperm and egg, are fused to form zygote at the point of ampulla, so called as internal fertilization. Zygote formation means union of male and female gamete to form a single cell called as zygote. You know, zygote is diploid cell, contain diploid chromosomes. So zygote formation is a fourth step of human reproduction system. Now embryogenesis means zygote undergoes some developmental stages of embryo called as embryogenesis. Gestation means pregnancy from zygote up to complete development of child. Such process called as gestation or pregnancy. And last, parturition means childbirth process. So all these are events or steps of human reproduction. First gametogenesis, then insemination, then internal fertilization, then zygote formation, then embryogenesis, then gestation or pregnancy, and last parturition. So here we will discuss all these sequential various steps in human reproduction. So here complete today's lecture. Remind today learn topics. Today we learn importance of reproduction. You know that different significance, importance, why reproduction is essential. We learn what is reproduction. We discuss asexual and sexual reproduction, how gemuli formation occurs. We learn budding in hydra, regeneration seen in planarians, secondary sexual characters, sequential steps of human reproduction. Now on the basis of today's lecture, some exercise question noted here. Why in juvenile phase cannot reproduce sexually? Because in juvenile phase do not sex organs fully mature or fully growth, so cannot reproduce sexually. Name any two animals that can seasonal breeders. Sheep, goat are seasonal breeder animals. Name primary sex organs of the human. Female ovary is primary sex organ of the human female. In sponges show, formation of gemmules takes place by aggregation of archaeocytes. Function of human primary sex organ: produce gametes. You know that testis is a male primary sex organ, produce gamete known as sperm or male gamete. Ovary is primary sex organ in female, produce gamete known as egg or female gamete. So what is regeneration? Regenerate lost part of the body, called as regeneration, seen in planarians. One MCQ question noted here: presence beard in boys is primary sex organ, secondary sex organ, secondary sexual character, primary sexual character. You know that beard in boys is the secondary sexual character of male person. So if you like the video, then you can subscribe my channel Bioinfo, tap bell icon and like the video. If any doubt about today's lecture, mention in comment box. Thank you.